It is with honor that at this time we recognize Harry Davidson, one of the three founders and the first executive director of what was then the Greater Battle Creek Foundation. Harry, please join us and make some comments.
Well, it's obvious as I look out over this wonderful audience, and you've read your programs about the three incorporators, it's obvious the foundation's in better shape than the three incorporators. But I didn't realize that you had to have the money before you could do that. Kellogg, Kendall, and Miller, they had their money. They were ready to fund it. But that's just half the story. We didn't have the money. Had a very small corporate presented by Kendall and Miller Foundations. And then the next step after that was you had money for operation. We had to have an office. We had to have the money to operate, brochures, and things of that kind. We thought our first step was sending out letters to the accountants, the lawyers, and brokers and others, and the money would come flowing in. Well, we found out that they weren't just waiting for a public foundation. We prepared brochures, went to service clubs, every club in the community with a slide presentation. Even then, the money wasn't coming in. We found out it took personal contact, and that was the role of the board, the executive director, to make these contacts. And of course, one of the closest contacts Elizabeth had with her husband, Guido. So you'll notice they came through with the first fund of $25,000 educational fund for education in the community. Judge Wendell and Mrs. Wendell Scoter also established a fund for St. Philip's High School. Now, one of the first donations we received was the Jury Row building, Louise Phillips and Florence Gaffney. And this was a good asset, except we had trouble collecting the rent, but we found it was cheaper to have a non-paying renter in than to try to pay the insurance bill over if you had an empty building. Horace and Pat Meacham gave their home to the foundation with the privilege of living there, of course, for the rest of their life. But these things, they sound like there's something coming in every month, but I assure you it wasn't true. Dick and Thurza Camo established $100,000 with a pooled income fund, got that off the ground. The John Craig Allen Estate, Carol Wilson was administrator and a great help in getting this for the school, for the scholarship to the schools.